2, 1. We are a go. Just gotta figure out exactly.
What's up?
I can never. Okay, copy video URL. Here we go. All right.
Oh, it's public, right? So I can just go to your.
Yeah, I just sent you the link.
Okay. Well, it's. What's it called?
On Discord, by the way.
I got Discord on my phone, so I would have to type that in. Live, yeah. Kerbisynchronous Orbit. Alright. Yeah.
Okay, so, starting off with picking the flag, which flag should we pick?
Let's see. I remember importing a BNP or something. That's like a custom flag.
Yeah, we're not gonna get crazy with custom flags. We're just gonna pick something from here.
Yeah. No, that's like that kind of thing. Choose what about that Rasta colored rocket?
Where do you see the Rasta colored rocket?
Third row from the bottom, second column.
Third row from the bottom, second. Maxo Construction?
What?
That's what it is. It is Maxo Construction.
Okay.
Let's go with trees. Just trees.
Yeah, trees. Wait. Yeah, trees.
And then we'll call it the Kerbal Nature Gang. And are we doing career mode or science mode? So career mode, you manage all aspects, including funds and reputation.
Mode is really hard.
Or science mode, which is just.
I mean, if you think you have what it takes, go for career mode for sure.
Let's start off with the science mode. Yeah. Nobody likes having. I have to worry about money in real life, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Why go into business simulator?
Right. Oh, wait. But here we start off with like a fully fleshed out thing, right? Like that's like a real launch pad and not just a pit of sand. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do career mode. We're gonna do.
So, just watching you play for a couple minutes has convinced me to download this and play alongside you.
We're gonna do Kerbal Nature Gang in career mode. We're doing it in career mode.
Yeah, I remember.
Cause I want to start off with this. Yeah. Okay. All right. You see this? Oh wait, not that. Yeah. You see this? This dinky little space facility. We don't even have a real runway. It's just a strip of sand, and our launch pad has nothing on it. Okay, so all right, Gene Kerbin, blah 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 blah. Thanks, I got it. Anyway, let's go to our administration building, which is this tiny little square. I have no idea how to play this. Cannot afford setup cost. Not enough science. Oh, we need science first. Okay. All right. Well, let's get some science by building.
Oh crap! So when I bought Kerbal, I bought the Mac version. Does that not mean I can play the Windows version?
Did you buy it on the Mac App Store? Or did you buy it on Steam?
No, I bought it on Amazon.
Yeah, that means you'll have to buy it again.
That is crap, dude.
Why would you buy a game on Amazon? You should only be buying on syndicated services like Steam.
Wait, is Kerbal on Steam?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. This was years ago.
Okay, mystery goo containment unit. Here we go. And we'll just stick 4 of these on here or something, I guess. You know, I have no idea how much this costs. 800. I wonder if we have enough money to launch this.
Well, you're only at 900 so far.
Where does it say my total cost? No, I'm at 4,522 credits.
Where do you see 22?
Oh, you're on the stream, so it's like 10 seconds behind. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What should we call this thing?
I've always been terrible at naming anything.
Call it the hopper.
Yeah, hopper.
And let's launch this thing, I guess. Warning, this vessel has no remote control or manned... Wait, what? What do you mean it has no manned control modules? What is this?
Yeah. Yeah, this would be the manned module. What's the making history button?
I have no idea.
I only need regular Kerbal. Some fancy shit.
Okay, well this thing's got a Mark 1 command pod. Wait a minute. Why does selecting this select the entire vehicle?
Because that's the root of the vehicle.
Yes, but why?
I think you have to detach like the second node to move it freely.
Alright, well, I'm just rebuilding it now, so... Like, just...
It'll give me some time to get up and
wholesale rebuild. Okay, that looks kind of accurate-ish. Let's see, pressing shift zooms in, right? Oh god. Those are not where I want them to be. Just a little bit further down. Perfect. Better if it hangs off the end. Alright, let's put some science on there. Some schmience.
They got 2 people watching. Well, 1 other person.
There's more than 1 person watching? That's really interesting. If this person watching is familiar with Kerbal Space Program at all, they will immediately know that we're not going to make it into a Kerbisynchronous Orbit in this at this stage, because yeah.
What is Kerbisynchronous?
So you know what geosynchronous orbit is, right?
Not quite.
It's when an orbital body orbits an object, orbits another body at the same, like its period of revolution is the same as the period of rotation of what it's orbiting. Which means that relative to the surface of the object that you are orbiting, your position never changes. So like for example, like if a satellite stays exactly above New York at all times, right?
Okay,
It's in geosynchronous orbit. But of course, Geo means Earth, so we use Kirby for Kerbin.
Yes. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, full screen is. Full screen.
All right, we've got Jebediah on this like cement slab, which has me really confused because this implies that rockets have been launched here. Like there's like a when this is the first launch of anything ever, and somehow we're already 69 meters above sea level. So yeah, let's just set our throttle to max, even though that's not really a thing. Not really a let's just separate these stages real quick. I think this one's gonna go first. Yeah, separate the stages real quick so that we don't accidentally you know what, hold on, we're taking this back. This launch has just been canceled due to lack of confidence. We've recovered full funds. Done. Let's go back to the VAB, and then
Yes. I've just started my career mode.
we could just real quickly dial this down in terms of expense, and that almost cuts the cost in, well, cuts it by a quarter. Okay, let's go ahead, save, and get back to the launch pad. Still don't know what we're gonna do with two of those mystery science goo containers or whatever they're called. But yep, we're just gonna turn on some stability control, even though there is really none. I'm gonna go back to separating our stages and launch. Why do I feel surprised that this even made it off the ground?
Well, to me, it has not yet. There it goes.
I wonder if I should get like really screwy with it and like just. Okay, so let's observe
Accept your contract?
the mystery goo, and then keep the experiment. Observe this mystery goo.
Actually, are you playing with the Steam controller?
And also, no, I am not playing with the Steam controller.
Okay, that's probably difficult.
And then
Not have any fuel tanks? Wait, why don't I have any fuel tanks? Weird. Is that just an engine?
Yep, you only have a solid rocket booster right now. You wouldn't have fuel tanks.
That's right, they don't. Okay. I forget.
Whoa. Okay, we are on a descent down. Very high surface velocity. I'm gonna maybe want to deploy that parachute at this point, just so Jebediah here doesn't die.
For them to be Jebediahing.
Okay. And let's just warp down to the ground here. Let's just do a physics warp, which physics warp terrifies me, you know. In this game, like the fact that warping time also warps space and the magnitudes of forces and impulses and everything. Cool. All right, we made it back. Recover vessel. And that was 19.6 science.
So, do you think if I put my science canisters on the cone, it would be too top heavy?
Yes, that sounds very probable.
Okay. So I have the 3 fins, but I only want to put 2 of these goo collectors. I feel like that'll make it a little like unbalanced though.
Should we trade in money for science?
No, you gotta do the contract. Go to the you gotta go to the building. What's it called? Let me see if I rock it.
Oh, this just gave me access to basic rocketry
You have to go to mission control.
and engineering 101. And now we can't afford anything. Great. Let's build a new rocket.
Nice.
New. We'll start with the command pod Mark 1. And we are going to give ourselves... Oh, you know what? I think this might be enough to get into orbit, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. With you got the liquid engine.
Yes, I have 2 liquid fuel tanks and 1 thing, and maybe I'll be able to use like an RT-10 hammer. But you know, that would be like crazy. Ooh, let's use the... This is stupid. Structural coupling, okay. Alright. Alright. And then put a hammer booster down there and see how far up this thing can get. Let's see, so this thing costs 2,900 right now. What happens if I put like 3 of these? 4,100. This is still very affordable. Go to utility and we'll put parachutes on all of those to make them recoverable, because you know, any well-funded science program uses reusable parts, like, you know, recoverable elements. Let's put like a communication thing. We'll put it right there, I guess. This is gonna be a disaster.
Oh man. Wait, Kerbal got more, like way more advanced with all these like new menus.
When's the last time you played Kerbal Space Program?
Years ago.
Sometimes I forget how old you are.
Probably, I think I started playing Kerbal like, it had to have been like maybe like 6 to 8 years ago.
Okay, dude. 6 to 8 years ago, I was just entering high school, so... Alright, and let's put some... you know what? We're actually gonna put like 4 thermometers on this thing. Okay, hold on. My sister's coming up to my room. Yes? Okay, I'll be right there. Uh-huh. Alright, I will be right back. Okay. Alright, I'm back. You there? Have you launched your craft?
Yeah, I just launched my first flight. One gigolo. One gig.
So I'm gonna name this taller hopper, because it's taller and it's still barely gonna make it up. Let's see. You know what? It actually looks like we have enough delta V at this point to make it potentially into orbit with this thing, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But let's
Are those detachable?
let's see. Huh? Yes, those.
What's the keyboard shortcut for found it. Speeding up.
For what? The keyboard shortcut for what exactly?
Speeding up time.
Ah, yes.
Come on, parachute, do your thing. Oh my god. Okay. Like, didn't slow down until it was like 100 meters.
This is your first rocket, yes?
Yeah, first rocket. Observing mystery game on Kerbin.
You know what? I wonder if we have access to any like reaction wheels or anything of the sort. And it seems like we do not. Nice. Cool. Alright. Let's just make sure that let's see, these three and that one fire together. And then as those decouple, those will go off, and let's just set these to have a minimum pressure of about 0.15 with an altitude of about 1300, and that way we can ensure safe-ish recovery. And then this one will be the same, altitude of 1400, and we'll say we want a minimum pressure to be at least 0.15. We'll say 15. Cool. The parameters on this rocket: thrust limiter is 1,000. Gimbal limiter, cool. Cool. Decoupler, full force. Checks out. Ooh. And then this group will send to that. There we go.
It already has keybind actually.
Craft is too heavy. The launch pad can't support vessels heavier than 18 tons. A taller hopper has a total mass of 18.4 tons. Alright, let's try getting rid of some of these and see whether or not we can. 18.37. Wonderful. Do we give up potentially some of our delta V along with what's the worst that could happen? It blows up. So what? Okay. All right, so it looks like we're back here on the launch pad with this tiny little rocket. We've got actually still a good amount of delta V on the first on our initial launch. Change in velocity.
I know this.
That was bad.
Whatever.
All right. So just
Since I physicsed.
start the launch in 3, 2, and go. All right, we got an initial burn, and we're already losing control. Oh my god. Revert flight to vehicle assembly. Let's get rid of these, and that might actually help out more than it hurts. Let's also get rid of that and put one that's purely surface mounted, like right in the center. Good enough. Okay, we're going up in a much more stable ascent at this point. Let's see, maybe we want to log the temperature here. Kerbin's upper atmosphere. We lost that stage, and then maybe tilt this way. This might be a good time to take a look at our apoapsis, which is barely only 27 something meters high. So let's point at about that angle and just start this next stage rocket. Log the temperatures here. Keep that experiment. Observe the mystery goo here. Keep that experiment. Okay. So this definitely isn't good enough to get into orbit, but it is almost good enough to get into orbit. Let's observe the mystery goo here. Keep the experiment. Should be able to use at least one more thermometer. Log the temperature here. Keep the experiment. Oh wow, we're still going up. Observe the mystery goo here. Log the temperature here. Perfect. So I think we've done all the science that we really can. Yep. Nothing to do now but wait for atmospheric re-entry, really. We're still going up though, which has me a little bit worried because we're now at 68,000 meters and we've just started dropping. So that's a pretty good altitude to get up to. Like the apoapsis was 68,332 meters. I am just hoping that we don't burn up in the atmosphere at this point. more than anything else. So I don't know if you're still watching the stream at this point, but I'm basically spinning the craft. I'm forcefully spinning the craft at a very high speed.
Okay, so why are you spinning it?
To try, because that affects the drag in such a way that it'll hopefully prevent our craft from... Yeah.
Does it slow down?
Whew, okay. Okay, we survived, yeah, it does actually help to bleed the speed a little bit. Alright, now I'm also very worried about our parachute deploying. I don't think it will be by the time we impact the ground. Shit. Crap.
Did it deploy? Oh, it burnt out.
It burnt out. Revert to launch. No, it didn't burn out. It hit the ground. Pretty spectacularly. Hit the ground very spectacularly. Let me, let's change the parameters of the actual launch in that case. And we'll set the altitude to somewhere around 3,000 meters because it's obvious that we run the risk of, flying into mountains here. So, yep. Starting a second test in 3, 2, turn on RCS, go. Okay, so let's actually get a temperature recording over here first.
So, where is like the ideal center of mass and center of thrust?
You should be able to see some of that data. Okay.
Yeah, how the orbital
That's far ahead. And then
like kind of more towards like the middle, right?
sorry, give me a second here. I'm managing the next part of my launch. Okay, we want to observe the mystery goo here, keep the experiment. We want to log the temperature here, keep the experiment. We want to observe the mystery goo here, keep the experiment. Log temperature. Okay, so at this point, this new trajectory that I've kind of set up, as opposed to last time, should put us in the ocean.
Okay.
So see.
How do you determine that? Just like roughly.
No. You can take a look at the map, but you can also tell. You can also visually tell. Yeah. Like if you point your rocket in the direction of the ocean, Okay, so this time we've actually gone up higher.
Oh, yeah, I see.
To some 70. Holy crap. Okay. We're still going up.
Switch to the orbital now.
Apoapsis is going to be 78,811 meters. Which is space. So, yeah. We're in space. Let's just speed through this. You know what? We never observed the mystery goo up here, so let's do that. There are temperature recordings. Yes, we do. Plenty of science to be had, to be made. Let's just get down to about, okay, and at this point we'll start doing our please don't burn up, please don't burn up, please don't burn up. You're coming from higher up this time. Please don't burn up. This thing has like no means of not burning up. It doesn't have like an ablator, it doesn't have anything, really. What's the best way to reduce the speed? Okay. We are coming down fast. You're coming down really fast. Okay.
I guess I landed too hard in the water.
So, yeah, critical mission failure, catastrophic failure. Let's revert this to launch again. This is annoying.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me.
This is annoying. Let's put this back in stage 1. And then
did you recover a craft that sinks or only if it floats?
only if it floats.
Yeah.
So the problem at that point is that we're going too fast. Which makes me think maybe.
What about a second engine that we can control for the deceleration?
No, I got an idea. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly building. We don't have much in the way of thermal protection, do we?
No.
You know what? Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna take these and move them up. We're gonna take these and move them way up. So everything's on the command module thing over here. We're gonna move this down. We're going to go to coupling, attach a TD12 decoupler right over here, and let's see. How does that make any sense? And then decouple. And last but not least, deploy parachute. And we'll set our chute parameters to deploy at about 2,400 meters up and accept a lower margin of pressure. A tenth of the atmosphere should do. And now in order to make some really quick science on the side so that we can maybe unlock ablators, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to, right here, just record the surface temperature. Log temperature, keep all this data. Super redundant data. Observe the goo on the surface. Yes. Okay, and recover vessel. See how much science we actually got off of that? Good enough. So now we've got 15.9 science, which we can take to the Research and Development Center and research survivability. Next level of survivability. Leave the facility, go back to our VAB. Take this from our decoupler, go to thermal, and quite literally just put a heat shield on the bottom of this. Problem solved. What else did we have for survivability? Oh, you know what? That's even better. So let's drop this down. Drop this down, I guess. Add a service bay. Open our service bay. Inside of our service bay, we'll just have one science, one for science, two, three of these units. We'll put nope. Not at all what I was looking for. You know what, these should be thermometers on the outside, should be fine. But what is this? Press mat barometer. Yep. So move that up. And now let's take a look at this rocket. So we got that. Those will decouple, those will go off. That fires in the next stage, decouples in the next stage, and that. There we go. It'll have to do. Alright, let's hope it meets the weight requirement. Yes, it does. We are good for launch. Although I wonder if I should have added drogue. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the... Let's recover vessel real quick.
I was thinking of that too.
Huh?
So what's the difference between the drogue and the other parachute?
So drogue chutes, because of their lower surface area, generate less drag. As a result, they are less likely to blow off, unlike a larger parachute with greater surface area. So let's just stage these so that our drogue chutes go off earlier than our Yep, that's fine. That's 2400. These are 2500. That seems about good. And we'll make this like 28. There we go. So this is our I don't know which launch attempt this is really, but it is the umpteenth launch attempt. Let's just make sure all of our safeties are engaged, and 3, 2, 1, go. We do have less overall delta V than before in our first stage, stage 5. For better or worse. Aircraft is hella stable, though. Okay, that's a safe drop-off point. And then we'll just want to... yeah, let's turn that way. Okay, so we're still going up and still slowing down. I want to reach about that high before we start second burn per se. And maybe reduce this to about like a 75% burn. Might be able to get some more out of our... Let's open this up. Observe the mystery goo here. Keep that. Log temperatures here. Yep. At this point, we're actually good to let our booster fall away, which significantly decreases the weight of our payload. That was a clean separation, so you can see this is now really falling. We don't have to worry about this guy for a good minute. But I am hoping that this survives. We'll see. Oh, wow, this is already falling. Look at that higher weight.
Yeah, pretty high right now. With the 76,000 meters.
You?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So this rocket definitely did not make it as high up. But I will by no means count it as a failure, because this thing's doing pretty well for itself. Let's just kind of reorient ourselves, and it looks like a little X-wing right now. You see this?
What's that? You broke out.
If you look at the stream, this capsule looks like a little X-wing, which I think is very very funny. Let's just reset that experiment real quick because we want to get it in a different atmospheric zone. Okay. There is the mystery goo. Crap. That's what I want to do. Let's log the temperatures here. Let's engage our drogue chutes. And let's check on the other. Oh, yes! This thing will survive. Look at that. The booster is good to go. So that will be recovered. Our drogues are good. Let's fire off the main chute at this point. Let's see. Let's log. Whoa. No, don't do that. Log the temperature. Flying over Kerbin's water. Observe the mystery goo here. Yeah, I guess keep the experiment. Whatever. We're gonna have to redo it anyway. Alright, so this is the booster coming down into the water, and actually from the booster, right over there you can see the lander.
Oh shoot, nice.
Yeah, the only reason I knew that was because you can see the lander's shadow in the water.
So
right
how
about.
do you switch between the multiple craft?
Brackets, square brackets.
Square brackets, okay. There we go. I never thought about putting parachutes on the disposed parts, but that makes sense because you need to test and then flip it back.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I've been playing this game the wrong way the whole time.
Okay. Should be able to recover that. Now let's go back to our tracking station real quick. Go back to this guy and hit fly. Just to make sure that it's not dying right now. Yep. Ooh. Ooh, that was scary. You'll see it right now. It's like one of those KSP glitches.
I just earned 105 more science.
Huh?
I just earned 105 science.
Jesus, what mode are you playing on?
Easy.
Of course. I'm out here busting my balls on normal.
It's been a while.
Well, same, but you know.
Maybe I just wanted to progress quicker.
I guess I'm like already designing rockets like this. Very simple, but very effective. Yeah, all that effort only got me 28 science.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is quite the multiplier.
So let's go back to research and development and go to general rocketry, where should be able to get some more serious rockets. Ooh, but I do want that radial decoupler.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're gonna start off with the So I wonder if it's worth looking into space planes. I don't think we have anything that we can do in space planes right now. And we do not. So let's exit the space plane facility. Because we won't be visiting that until we start working on SSTOs. Let's see, let's take a look at our tracking station and make sure that debris is toggled on. So how do you do contracts? I don't remember that.
So you go to the administration building, and there's also
That's mission control. I found it.
The other one in the right above the BAB.
Yeah, I found it actually.
There were those contracts. Yeah.
So these R&D ones are pretty easy ways to get science. I think okay. We're gonna accept this, and we're gonna accept this, and we are going to accept this, and we're gonna. Okay, never mind. We can only do 2 contracts at a time, so that's fine. All right, so. This is interesting. We have to test out the back thumper and the Mark 16 parachute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Mark 16 parachute on top of a back thumper.
Okay.
And just literally launch that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to do the same for. There's the hammer solid booster and the swivel liquid fuel engine. I didn't get to land my engine, it exploded. We're gonna do that one again.
Yeah, it's just that like landing your engine is goes a long way in terms of recovering funds. So that's really what it is. All right, let's go ahead and launch this uncontrollable rocket, which is not really a rocket at all. It's kind of just a one SRB. Oh, we can't even launch it. No. Okay, so back to the drawing board with this one. There's no control unit, so you can't actually launch it. Which is fine. We just take this back to the drawing board, and here's what's going to happen instead. We're going to test these things separately. So I'm going to put a pod, and then let's see. on top of the pod, I'm going to put the back thumper inverted so that it tries to push the command pod into the ground. And then underneath the pod, we're just going to put a girder, and we're going to stick more girders around it to give it a sort of a level platform. There we go. And this is going to be the test setup. And this should net us some science. Oh, you know what? We never opened up the barometers on the last flight.
Barometers? Which ones are those?
They measure pressure.
Yeah, I took my pressure when I was in
Yes. And you see this?
Not yet.
Simplest way to test your rockets.
Literally just the parts. Oh man, that's a good idea. You're really just conducting a test.
Yep, we're not even flying the rocket.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why would we do that? Sending this thing up in the air is dangerous.
That is true. Wow.
If anything, what it really did was stress test the command module here. Can you imagine, like Jebediah is sitting inside this thing with this giant solid rocket booster bearing down on top of it. Recover vessel. All right, so we should have gotten some science out of that and completed a mission. Let's see, active. I think I tested the wrong thing, which kind of makes me sad. Yep, we were supposed to test the hammer, not the thumper. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. And this time we're gonna speed up. Whoa, we're not gonna speed up time like that. Why does the throttle turn off when I put it on time warp? That's weird. Kind of curious whether or not the contract expired in the few days that I time warped by mistake.
Wait, why is my chute not flying? Shit. Wait. My stage for my parachutes on my engine, like they wouldn't deploy the stage.
Ah, well that's...
And then I couldn't right click on the chutes either to deploy them.
That's unfortunate.
Do I need to have some sort of like a command module? Anything I want to control?
You typically do need a command module on anything and everything that you want to control, yes.
Okay, so that was the issue there.
You know what I always forget is how much time this game sucks up.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in career mode.
Easily play for hours and days.
Can you imagine if this is what doing actual rocket science was like? Half of YouTube would be rocket scientists.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, maybe not half of YouTube, but you get the idea. This is kind of beautiful. It's like 10 kilometers in the air, watching the sun set over Cafrica. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but if you look on the map, the Kerbal Space Center, or KSC, ironically the same call sign as Kennedy Space Center, is on a semi-continent that has half the shape of Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yep, see that?
That's
And then
not very well on your screen yet. It's very dark.
right. Let's let this guy land and then just kind of accelerate into daytime. This is hilarious.
That's great.
Oh. No! Flip over! Yes! No. I just want it to land in the right way up. God, why is this so difficult? Oh, what? Alright, fine. Land on the side. See if I care. Anyway. I think sunrise is happening right now. In this part of Kerbin. This kind of makes sense. I guess. This is an excruciating 3 meters per second, which, if you think about it, is actually pretty fast. Landing on the sunrise, just a few 100 meters from the launch pad. You know, I can't imagine what this guy's view must be like right now. He's probably... Nope, he's looking down at the ground. And there it is. Right, so to show you the shape, no, it's still not that visible. So what's the point? Do we actually just... We want you to haul it into flight above Kerbin. Okay. And then test the Mark 16 parachute in flight over Kerbin. Great. Wonderful. The one parachute I didn't attach, I think. Did I?
The Mark 16?
I did. So do they want us to just that one parachute?
The test for the drogue chute.
Strange.
At a specific altitude and speed.
Alright. I'm starting to become tired and incoherent. They want to do this launch and then... Oh shit.
I guess.
Huh? No, I managed to screw up the I managed to increase the speed of my vehicle to such a point where it would have died. Like the parachute wouldn't work.
Slow down.
What the heck, Physics Warp? You were supposed to save me here.
Mark will have
wonder what happens if I do that.
What, with the fence?
Huh?
Oh, I see what you mean. Interesting. What will happen?
I wonder if it'll just corkscrew up. Yep. Oh, and then it goes out of control. Wait, this is good. This is good.
Oh man. Oh my god. Oh, that's cool.
Actually, no, that's not good. Let's deploy the parachute now, which will prevent it from...
Is it possible to stabilize that?
Well, the parachute is now deployed, so it will be stabilized by force, quite literally. There we go. Ah, now it's going to reverse corkscrew down. Huh. That's so cool. Look at it in physics warp. This looks so dumb. It like landed perfectly.
Oh my god.
And right next to the tracking station. That's hilarious.
Wow.
Okay, why did that not work? In flight over Kerbin? What does that mean? Reviewing our product catalog and found an oversight. We have too many parts like the parachute and nobody knows how they work. Oh. Oh, interesting. So you have to be flying 7,000 to 11,000 meters. Yeah, we're just going to cancel that contract. Haul this into flight above Kerbin. 52,000 to 59,000 meters, flying, Kerbin, blah, blah, blah. Speed. Cool. So here's how we're going to do that, I think. We're just going to get rid of this. And we're going to put this under. And get rid of this. And we're going to put this on top. This is going to be stage 1. That's the mission.
Put it on top?
To haul it into flight.
Okay.
So here, you'll see exactly how I haul it into flight. It's empty, by the way.
Okay.
Like, it has no fuel in it. See? Solid fuel. 0 out of 140. Alright, let's just kick it off. Hope for the best. God, the aerodynamic profile of this thing is non-existent. Oh my god. It just turned into a missile by itself. That is hilarious. Yeah, let's just revert flight to the fab, where we are going to add another stage that separates decoupling, and we're going to figure out how to make this thing more aerodynamic. I think I've got just the solution. We're just going to bring these guys back. Except this time we're going to put like 8 of them on. I'll put them right up the top. And we're going to angle them ever so slightly. About that much. Wow, that looks like a turbine. See this? See that? It looks just like a turbine. Anyway, let's see how our little turbine rocket works. See if that creates the desired effect. It is actually more stable.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
This is hilarious. Who would have thought that just putting some fins on it. Oh wow, and then it starts falling almost immediately. Wait, what? No, it's still going up. Wait, but that's going up faster. This stopped going up at the same rate. No! That makes no sense. This guy's still spinning. I'm so confused. man. We didn't meet the altitude requirement. We met every other requirement except the altitude requirement. Alright. Alright. So let's revert this flight. Revert flight. Revert to vehicle assembly, and we're just gonna put a liquid rocket on it. Use this Reliant thing, which generates interesting. This definitely generates more thrust. Let's try putting more of these on. Too heavy. Will that work? Still too heavy. Do we really need a stage rocket just for this? No, I didn't want to do that, but I guess. Put one of these on, and then give it a decoupler down here, and then put this guy on. So this will fire. Then this will decouple. Then this will fire, and then this will decouple. Good. Let's launch our little death engine. Pray to Von Braun that this works. It's only got 1089 Delta V. That's not going to be enough. But then that second stage is going to have a ridiculous amount by the time it gets to a serviceable point. Ooh, we already got some wobble going on. If we can get our Delta V to about 1500. Shit. We spun out. Okay, let's get rid of these. Let's go for a much more streamlined approach. Straight as an arrow. And then epic fail. Why does that happen? I wonder. Let's revert the flight to launch. I know what happens. The thing is top heavy at that point. So unless this is instantaneous, that's not going to work. Still playing?
No, I actually closed that just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, I could tell. I actually think I'm about to wrap up as well.
Yeah. Pretty crumbled out at the moment.
Curbled out. That's funny. Ah, crap. It's pointing straight down. Thrust went full retrograde at that point. Alright, so that approach is obviously not going to work. You mook. Okay. Well, we're definitely in the target altitude. I actually think we might go a little bit too far past the target altitude. Way too far past that. Yep, we're in orbit. We're in like high Kerbin orbit. Like the apoapsis is some 338,000 meters. This was not at all what was intended. We're already on 128. Oh my god, okay. Let's get to our apoapsis and then start coming back down. Here we go. Let's bleed that speed. Oh my god, okay. Things are exploding. We burned up in space. Before hitting a mountain. Alright, I'm gonna revert to vehicle assembly. I'm gonna call it a night. This has been nothing but abject disappointment. So much disappointment. Holy shit. Oh, fucking rocket equation, dude. All right, I'm gonna go and study that for like the rest of tomorrow before returning to this game. Remember what the paradox truly feels like. And that's the end of the stream.